What up, world? What's going on with y'all? Had to check in with you. Y'all having fun blowing up my phone, text messages, phone calls, memes. It is official. The Philadelphia Eagles have now ended their chances and campaign for a repeat Super Bowl. I think that in real life, it is really symbolic of human nature, let's sort of say. And what I mean by that is a lot of times in situations in life, in work, relationships, people think that when things are going wrong or they are not practicing healthy habits, they feel like when the time comes, I'll be ready. And that's not how life works. Life does not wait for you to be ready for the moment. You have to be ready for the moment before the moment comes. So just like the Philadelphia Eagles this year, it was very obvious that we had some serious issues with our play calling. We had some serious personnel problems with certain particular people not really happy with our offense. And it was very, very obvious that in order for us to win a Super Bowl, what we were doing in September, October, November, and December was not going to be sufficient. But deep down somewhere, we felt like when the moment came, when the playoffs began, we would have a chance. And that's just like being in a relationship where you do all of the things that single people do, and you say, well, when I get engaged, when I get married, I'll start acting like a married person. And it's like that's not how it works. And if you notice, a lot of people that was acting single before they were married and acting single while they was in a relationship, when they got a ring, life doesn't change. You don't just up and magically become somebody you're not. And a lot of times I think that when we're practicing habits that we know aren't beneficial to us, we know it's not right, but we're still able to win. We're still able to get through life. When people tell us that we're doing something wrong or people tell us that we need to correct a certain behavior, we are quick to call those people haters. You don't know what you talk about. You just hating. You just mad to see me doing me. You just mad because I'm on, doing my thing. But in reality, if you pay attention to who these haters are, they are some of your closest friends. They are some of the people who have rooted for you and stood with you in the darkest of times, people who really have your back and your best interests at heart. And every time someone tells you to change up something or do something different, does not mean they're absolutely right. But you have to be able to take a self-assessment. You have to be able to take a little self-accountability and analyze your situation and be honest and be real with yourself. And while we're talking about accountability, if you are a grown man and you decide to throw a temper tantrum, one, don't do that. Men are not allowed or not supposed to be deep in our feelings. And I'm not saying you're not allowed to have feelings, but if you have feelings or you feel some type of way, sometimes it's best for you to just shut the fuck up. Sometimes it's just cool for you to just collect your check, show up, and do your job. Because at some point, somebody's going to ask you to do your job. And when your job is called upon, when your number is called, and the ball comes directly to your hands, if your only job is to catch the ball, not to kick the ball, not to block, not to throw the ball, not to make tackles, if your only job has the word receive in it, if your job is to receive the ball, if your title is wide receiver, meaning I'm going to go wide and all you got to do is throw the ball within 4 or 5 feet of my hands and I should be able to make a catch if I'm all pro, if I'm world class, especially if I spent all last season reading books on the sideline and I spent all season this year talking to the media and talking to the press about how our offense don't work. You're not allowed to drop the ball. You're just not. And I'm okay. I'm okay with mistakes happening. I am fine with things just not going your way. Because every time you want things to go your way, they don't happen that way. Things do not always follow your plans and your ideas and do as you want them to do. But if they don't go your way, just like he was man enough to complain to the media all season, be man enough to talk to the media at the end. When the game is on the line, when it comes down to mano a mano and you making a play for your team to get what you want, to be this big superstar, to be the hero of the team, do it. But don't shy away from it. Don't all of a sudden be scared to talk to the media now. Don't all of a sudden be quick to go and hide. Because I think that's what a lot of people do in real life. We like to celebrate our wins. We like to complain on Instagram. We like to tell everybody about what's going on and how other people did us wrong. But when it's our time to accept accountability, we don't want to do that. We can't talk to the media no more. We don't got no words for nobody. And when the ball is thrown in our court, when it's time for us to make a play, we shy from the moment. That's real life. So I think while I am very, very upset and I'm very bothered by the way that this season went, I think there's a lot of things we can learn from this. So Howie, I really hope that you and Nick can sit in a room and really have a heart-to-heart. Because at the same time, while we talk about Nick Sirianni, while I'm here, because I got time today, because I ain't watching no more football for the rest of the season. As a coach, if your team at any point starts out post Super Bowl run, whether they won a Super Bowl or lost a Super Bowl, and they go about 10-1 games, and then you proceed to lose 80% of those games going through the end of the season, you already on thin ice because it happened. But if it happens twice, where you come out of a Super Bowl run, whether you want it or not, and then you proceed to have the worst offense in football, and not worst offense as far as production and numbers, just the stupidest offense anyone has ever seen. Because 2 seasons ago, we ran 7,000 screenplays for the hell of it. I don't even know what Brian Johnson was on. I've never been so happy for a black man to lose his job in my life. Just to come back to this season, following a Super Bowl win, to have the most predictable, rudimentary-ass offense ever. It was like, I kept saying all season, anybody playing Madden could call better plays. But in reality, if anybody remembers the game Blitz, that's what Kevin Petula called this year. Blitz is a old video game that's based off of football concepts, but not real football strategy. Blitz has 369. It might have 18 plays on the whole game. I think you could put a little code in. You can open up an extra playbook maybe. But the original Blitz that I grew up on the PlayStation 1 had just around 18 plays. And I think Kevin Petula used every single one of those plays. Not all of them, but that's his only playbook. I feel like the Kevin Petula entire playbook could be put onto one note card. So as a head coach, if you do this, if you have a season where you go to a Super Bowl, then the next season you have the stupidest offense in history, and you do it twice, it's your fault. You have to own the accountability of not being able to assess issues and make changes and make adjustments. That's the whole job of a head coach, is to make adjustments in real time to help the team win. Now, I said all this to say, maybe this shit ain't got nothing to do with winning. With all of the sports betting and the gambling, maybe we give a fuck too much. Maybe we're caring too much about teams and industries that's only here for the dollar. And with that, I'm going to take me and my pride and my fandom, and I'm out of here for the season. It's been nice. It's been cool. It's always go Birds, EAGLES, dickheads. But since football season is over, how about them Blue Devils? That's what type of time we on. We in the Bull City. How about them Blue Devils? So John Shire, you on the clock, because I'm tired of having bad coaches. I'm tired of having all this talent and not seeing the promised land. Let's make it happen. Other than that, that's all I got. I didn't even think my first talk of the year was going to be right now. I thought I was going to wait a little bit. I wanted to get to February, see if we can get through the trial period of 2026. But it looked like the trial period has ended. My 2026 has come to a screeching halt as far as football is concerned. But that's all we could do. Get ready for next year. Kevin Petula, I hope you find another job in any other city, any other state than Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Go Birds. Duke, you on the clock. Let's make it happen. Other than that, I'll see y'all when I see y'all. I don't even think y'all watch this. I'm going to post it on YouTube because y'all ain't going to watch it on Instagram. I'm out of here.